Hello, children. In our previous video, we had started with the chapter Human Environment, Settlement, Transport and Communication, where of class 7th Geography. And in this, we did what, how have humans changed the environment according to their own needs, and what are settlements, what type of where were the settlements in earlier time, where are they now, how many, what type of settlements are there in, what are the activities of the people in the two types of settlements. Then we also did what is the structure of settlements in the human development, and now what are the activities. We have already done this. Now let us come to the topic transport. Transport is the means by which people and goods move. This means that the medium means the medium by which people and goods means things. The medium from by which people and things move from one place to another is known as transport. Okay. Now, with the invention of wheel, transport became easier. Now, earlier the transport was done on donkey, mules, bullocks, camels. These were used for transportation. But with the invention of wheel means pahya. Transport the transport that means of going from one place to another became easier. Not only for the humans, but also it was helpful for the animals too. And for long distances, where there were land routes, people use land routes for trading activities, and sea for transportation of if there was no land. Like earlier, traders took the land route or sea route for transportation. Now it takes only 6 to 8 hours to travel from India to Europe. In earlier times, it used to take, if you were traveling supposedly from India to Dubai, or if you're traveling from India to supposedly uh, Turkey. So it would take you around 2 or 3 months to travel, and it was where the terrain was difficult. But now it takes very less time from traveling from one place to another. Supposing, like if you're traveling from India to Baghdad, you can take a flight, and it will take very less time, something like 3 to 4 hours in reaching Turkey. The major and if you're traveling from India to Singapore, earlier it was through sea route. There was no land route, so it took around 2 or 3 months to reach Singapore. But now it takes only 5 hours to reach Singapore from New Delhi. The four major means of transport are roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. So now there are four mediums of transportation, that are these are roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. Now let us do this in the form of a flow chart. Means of transport: roadways. Either the road could be metal, that is pakka roads; unmetal roads, that is the kacha road, which are not very durable. Metal roads are durable. Subways are the underground ways, and flyover are the ways which go over a road. Then we have waterways. Again, waterways are of two types: inland waterways and sea route. So sea route is the route which goes through the sea, while inland waterways are the waterways where rivers are very deep and very wide, and the ships can move from one place to another. So like in this manner, I'll show you a slide here. Okay, here. See, if you see, this is a inland waterway. This is a river where ship is crossing. Again here, it is a deep river where boats are standing. This is a inland waterway. Okay, have you understood? Now let us come back to the slide where airways is there. Airways could the means of transport where either you go by helicopter or you go by aeroplane. So these are known as means of transport. And railways, you know what are railways? Railways are the trains from which you can communicate from one place to another, and the trains carry people and goods in large number. So now let's move on to the things in more detail. See, these are the means of transport, different means of transport. This is land, this is uh, roadways, this is airways, this is waterways, and this is railways. Okay, transport is essential to go from one place to another. So now essential means important. So now transportation or going from one place to another, for to go from one place to another, transport is important. In the earlier days, people traveled long distances on foot. Now in the earlier times, what happened, people used to go from one place to another on foot. Supposingly you want to go to Haldwani, so people, there was no car, no buses, nothing. Only it was the people who used to go walking from Nainital to Haldwani and come back from Haldwani to Nainital on foot. They used animals to carry goods. Now the people had to carry their things also. So for carrying the goods or things, they used to take the help of the animals. Gradually, several means of transport developed, although animals like donkeys, mules, bullocks, and camels continue to be used even today. So now what happens? Even gradually, slowly, and steadily, the transport developed. How? First it was on foot, then it was on the animal back, then with the invention of uh, wheels were attached to the animal cart or slides, then they were taken. This made life easier for animals as well as the humans, and slowly now what we see, after the bullock and everything, it was cycle, then scooter, then cars, then buses, and now we have planes and supersonic jets. So now, and at some places you will see that whether it is hard for the people to go, hard for the vehicles or cars to go, the humans take the help of donkeys and bullocks to carry their load, especially for construction purpose. Okay, now let's move on to the railways. So roadways is a means of transport which we will do in detail. The most commonly used means of transport, especially for short distances, are roads. They can be metalled or unmetalled. Now, the most important use. This is the most commonly used means of transport, that is road, especially for short distances. Like you, if you go from Nainital to Delhi, you can go either by road or by train. But here we are doing roadways, and this is the means of transport where you can travel short distances. Like you can go to Haldwani, you can go to Almora, you can go to Ranikhet, and you can go to Bageshwar. So, and these roads can be metal means the roads that are made of coal tar, and these days it is hot mix that is being used. And unmetal roads, that is the roads that are just made of bricks or cement and that, and mud. Basically this is the material used for making a unmetal or a kacha road. Now let's move on to the next. Roads can be metalled and unmetalled. Manali Leh highway in the Himalayan mountain is one of the highest roadways in the world. So now what is the highest highway? That highway is a place where the traffic moves at a very great speed. But being a hilly area or a mountainous range area, Manali and Leh highway is the world's highest. Highest means the altitude of this highway is the highest in the world, one of the highest in the world. So if you go to a greater height, the highway will be interesting. You may see scenic beauty also. Roads built underground are called subways or underpath. I had explained you in the first previous video itself, where we did important terms. Flyovers are built over the raised structure. The flyovers can be used for vehicles to commute from one end of the road to another, or it could be a overhead bridge for the people to walk can cross the road. See, this is a highway. These are the highways, and this is a metal road. Now let us come to railways. Railways are the fastest means of land transport and can carry bulky material over long distance. Bulky means heavy. So now railways are the means of transport, are the means of land transport which can carry very heavy material over long distance, over a long distance. Like you can carry goods, suppose like you can carry coconut from Kerala to Kanyakumari in a train. The railways carry people over long distances quickly and economically. Now, railways can not only carry goods but also human beings and people over a long distance. Like if somebody from Kashmir wants to go to Kanyakumari, so he can take purchase a ticket of the train and go from Kanyakumari to Kerala, Kashmir to Kanyakumari. And this is and as he'll go from a train, it will be economical. Means it will be not very costly. Why? Because there are many people who are going in the same train. While if you are going in a car, it will take you many days also, and it will be expensive. The invention of the steam engine and the industrial revolution helped in the speedy development of rail transport. So now when the wheel came into existence, people started scientists started developing and inventing many things. Like it was steam engine that came into existence. Steam engine जिसमें हम कोयला डालते थे, ठीक है. And after that, many in the industrial revolution took place in France and Europe, where many machineries started developing or being invented, and this helped the not only this helped the speedy development of rail transport, that is train transportation. And after the steam engine, it was the diesel engine that came into existence, and after the engine, it was the electric engine, which has now which has replaced the steam engine. Because steam engine you had to use coal, and in the diesel engine it was the diesel that was being used. Now it is the electricity that is being used by the railways. Now, super fast trains have been introduced to make traveling faster. Now, what is there? Now, not only the traveling has taken place, and now it is the super fast train. Like you might have heard of bullet trains of Japan. They have been introduced to make traveling faster. And it was the steam engine, then diesel engine, then electric engine. Now, electric engine is also being is getting hybrid. Means it is being developed, and now the trains are becoming faster in speed also. Indian railway network is the largest in Asia. So now Indian Railways has the largest network in Asia, as it covers a lot of distance from north to the south, from the east to the west. And here it is the maximum, or it is the most developed or the largest railway network in Asia compared to other Asian countries. The railways carry people and heavy goods over long distances. Now, long distance heavy goods and people are being carried together. They can carry the goods as well as people over long distance in a short period of time. The railway network is well developed over the plains. Now, when there is a flat land, there will be more. The railways will be more, while in the hilly terrain, the railways will be less developed. If you see this map, this is a plain area, this is a plain area, this is a plain area, but here it is the Deccan Plateau region. So the railway network is not so good in this area. The connectivity is a bit low. The railway network is well developed. We have already done. It is the largest in Asia. Now let's come to waterways. Waterways are the cheapest means of transportation for carrying heavy and bulky goods over long distances. Now the cheaper than the railways is the waterways, for not only for carrying people but also for carrying heavy and bulky. Bulky means weighty goods. जैसे होता है ना कोयला, petrol, chemicals. These are all bulky items. There are mainly two types of routes: inland waterways and sea routes. Now again, waterways I have already explained you are of two types: inland waterways and sea routes. Navigable rivers and lakes are used as inland waterways. Now the rivers which are very wide, if you see this, the rivers which are very wide, here there is you can navigate the boat or the ship where where the river is high, deep, where it is a bit shallow, and you can steer it around. Navigate means you can take it from one place to another uh, in a very delicate manner. Sea routes are connected through ports. Now, sea routes are there where the connectivity is through the ports. Here, if you see, these are certain some ports of the sea route. This is a sea route where there are certain ports here, 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 and here. And we will do it a bit later. Here we come to now. Waterways are cheapest means of transport. They are used for carrying heavy and bulky goods over long distances. There are two types of waterways, inland waterways and sea route. So here this is an inland waterway and this is a sea route. The navigable rivers and lakes are used as inland waterways. Now lakes can also be considered as a inland sea waterway, like the five Great Lakes in connect between America, Northern America and Canada. And that you can see a lot of movement of not only ships, small ships, but also big ships and boats. Sea routes and oceanic routes are mostly used for transporting merchandise and goods from one country to the other. Now, inland waterway is for transporting goods from within the country, but sea routes are for and ocean routes are mostly where transporting or taking goods from one country to the other. These routes are connected with ports. Now, some of the important ports of the world are Singapore. Here it is, Singapore is here. Okay, Singapore. Then we have Mumbai, Singapore and Mumbai in Asia. Then we have New York and Los Angeles, New York and Los Angeles in Northern America, Rio de Janeiro in South America, Durban and Cape Town in Africa. Then we have a port in Sydney in Australia. We have a port in England, London, and in this is Rotterdam in Europe. So these are the some important ports of the world in the sea routes and important ports in the world. Now let us come to airways. Airways are the fastest and the most expensive mode of transport. Now, it is the airways is the fastest. They can go at a great speed, at a great height, and it is the most expensive means of transport. It is the expensive means mehenga. It is the only mode of transport to reach the most remote and distant areas, especially where there are no roads and railways. So now, when there is no roads and railways and waterways, it is the airways that come in help here, especially in the evacuation of certain evacuation from high altitude or from the mid sea. It is the airways that play the help in rescuing people. Even if there is a landslide somewhere and the road is blocked or the road has broken down and there needs to be an immediate medical assistance, then it is a medical helicopter that flies over that area and gets the people back to the hospital or base, and then from there the patient can be transported to the hospital. Some major airports in the world are Delhi, Mumbai, New York, London, Paris, Frankfurt, and Cairo, etc. Delhi and Mumbai are in India. New York is in America. London is in Great Britain. Paris is in France. Frankfurt is in Germany. And Cairo is in Egypt. So these are the important and ports of the world. Even Singapore is an important airport. In the Singapore is a important port. Then we have Shanghai Airport. It is also an important airport of the world. See, as I was telling you, an aeroplane is fastest mode of transport. It saves our precious time and energy. It is the only mode of transport to reach the most remote and distant areas, especially where there are no roads and railways. Like here, this is the people are evacuating from a high altitude place where there are no roads and railways is inaccessible. Helicopters are useful in most. Helicopters are more helpful in the most inaccessible areas and in the Helicopters are useful in the most inaccessible areas and in the time of calamities for rescuing people and other associated work. So now this is the associated work, like here there is a landslide or waterfall that is being there is a construction of dam. So it is the helicopter that is being helpful, and these are the coast guards taking a round of the sea where if they can if there is some emergency evacuation from a ship or from a drowning person. Some important, I've already told you, these are the important. This is the Delhi airport. Again, this is a Mumbai airport. So these are all different airports. Now let us come to communication. Process of conveying the message to others is known as communication. See, as we communicate, as I talk to you all, or I explain you this chapter, this is a means of communication. Different modes of communication are used to provide information, to educate, as well as to entertain. So now there's not only communication is not only passing of information, not only educating, but it is also entertainment of the people. So communication can be in many different forms. Communication is of two types, namely personal and mass communication. When a person is talking over the phone to some other person, then that is a personal communication. But while if a person is using communication like newspaper, YouTube, social media, newspapers, and this is known as mass communication. Through newspapers, radio, and television, we can communicate with a large number of people. They are therefore called mass media. Satellites, internet, wireless telephones are the main modes of communication. Now, the satellite. Without satellite, internet, and wireless telephone, there is no mode of communication. Earlier, the communication was through the telephone exchange, where you had to tell the operator connect me to this number, and the person used to connect. It was and the conversation was not personal at all, or it was because it was the operator who could hear your conversation. So here are the means of communication of different types. The process by which we convey messages to others is known as communication. Like newspapers, radio, television are the means of communication, and this is mass communication. They are called mass media because we communicate with a large number of people at the same time. So when we are communicating with large number of people at the same time, this is known as mass communication or mass media. The satellites have made communication with even faster. Wireless telephonic communications through cellular phones have become very popular today. So now cellular phones means cell phones. In short, cellular means cell phones that we use daily, or the smartphones. These are all cell phones, or we call it mobile phones. The internet provides us with worldwide information and interaction. Now, satellites have made the communication faster. Now, wireless telephone have, like mobiles, have become very popular. Even if we are using, even when you are doing your work or something, you refer to your friend, call your friend. Yeah, can you send me this PDF in the WhatsApp, because I have not completed. So this is the way you communicate through cell phones. And now when you have internet connectivity, then you can connect with your friend by sending the message or the work that he wants, and also the information and the news that has been shared worldwide. So this is the end of the chapter and we will continue in the next video about some other topic. Till then, stay home, stay safe.